Aimy. Way back in ancient times, thousands and thousands of years ago, among the African people, storytellers, popularly known as griots, are highly valued members of the community. Also referred to as the keepers of records, they are critical in the preservation, transmission, and articulation of cultural wisdom, the people's history, and philosophical concepts. Through storytelling, people and societies around the world learn, develop the codes of behavior, and formulate meaning-making in their lives. Storytelling motivates learners as well as helps them access, express, and retain information and knowledge. Stories are to a certain extent the mirror of life. It reflects what people do, what they think, how they live, and how they have lived, their values, their joys, and their sorrows. Stories are also a means of articulating a human response to its environment. To date, storytellers remain dominant mediators for communicating the people's cultural, social, and spiritual traditions. They are teachers, advisors, healers, and they are also entertainers. Woo! Yeah! Sonia, Aimy. The Hunchbacks. Once upon a time, there was a man who was a hunchback. When he went courting, he saw a woman who was a hunchback also. He said to the woman, "I wish to marry you because I love you and you're a hunchback just like me." The woman agreed, and they were married and lived happily together. One day, the man happened to hear of a person who had the power to heal hunchbacks. So he arose to go to this man. As he was journeying, he came upon a very old man, and he gave him some food. The man was offensive, ugly, and dirty, but he nevertheless gave him his food. The old man said to him, "My young man, when you have reached the town and they cook food for you, then take the food to a house that is old and tumble down. Do not object, but go and eat there." And the young man did just that. When he reached the town, they cooked food for him, then took it to a bad-looking house. He went there and entered the house and began to eat the food. Suddenly, he noticed a very old man laying there, and he took part of his food and gave it to the old man. Then the old man asked him, "Who instructed you into this matter?" "Myself," he answered. Then the old man said, "This very night, if they come and ask you, which do you prefer, a charm covered with the skin of a tree or a charm covered with the skin of an animal, you reply, 'I prefer a charm covered with the skin of a tree.' And if they ask you, which do you prefer, to be straight as an arrow or bent over, you answer, 'Straight as an arrow.'" When the night had come, they showed him a house in which he was to sleep. During the night, they came to him. "Which do you prefer, a charm covered with the skin of a tree or a charm covered with the skin of an animal?" He said, "I prefer a charm covered with the skin of a tree." "Which do you prefer, to be straight as an arrow or bent over?" "Straight as an arrow." And thus He was healed. He returned to his hometown a completely healed man. He danced for joy. I don't heal, hunchback disappear. I don't heal, I the Sunday waka. I don't heal, thank God for me, oh. I don't heal, I don't heal, hunchback disappear. I don't heal, I the Sunday waka. I don't heal, join me to happy. I don't heal, hunchback disappear. I don't heal, join me to happy. I don't heal, doki dodo. I don't heal, doki dodo. I don't heal. He returns to his town a healed man. When his wife saw this, she was very angry because she and her husband had been both hunchbacks for many years. But now he was completely healed. So the woman jumped up quickly and started to go. But her husband called out to her, "Wait! Why would you leave? I expect you to rejoice with me. Instead you're leaving. Please come back, my love. I will instruct you on what you should do to be healed." She replied, "No! Don't scold me! Did you say anything to me at all about the possibility of being healed? You went hiding it away from me, eh? I know they come." So she left in a great haste. And when she came upon the old man laying by the roadside, she spat on the ground and said, "What a horrid old thing this is!" And the old man in return, "My youthful woman, go on to where you wish to go." "I see that you wish to offer me an insult with your talk, eh? You old man." She left him laying there, went on her journey. When she had come to the town, they cooked food for her, and they took the food to the house where the old man was staying. She said in her pride, "Am I of no account that you take food for me to such a dirty place? Tufiakwa, I will not eat here. Yeah? Have you not met?" The people replied, "Sorry, beautiful young woman. We know of no better place where you can go to eat." She grabbed the food from them and ate it all by herself. Not a bite did she give to the very hungry old man. When night came, they showed her a house to sleep. They came to her during the night and asked her, "Which do you prefer, to be straight as an arrow or bent over?" "Bent over," she answered. "Which do you prefer, a chunk covered with the skin of a tree or a chunk covered with the skin of an animal?" "A chunk covered with the skin of an animal." And the hunchback on her back became even worse than the previous one. When she had returned to her husband, he said to her, "I will never live in marriage with you again." Hence, the woman went from bad to worse. Ladies and gentlemen, children, we have reached the end of this episode. My prayers for you are that you find the faith to heal whatever pain you're going through and to resolve any issue in your life. May you be straight as an arrow. May you find favor along your way. But please, be humble and respectful towards others. You never know who is watching or listening. Show compassion. Please remember to share and subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on social media, Instagram,